Holy fuck, I have hands. Meowdy, my name is Cheebs, and today I'm going to be doing a YipYap, so welcome to the third official YipYap on the channel. We're just going to be talking about video games, you know, the usual stuff we always talk about on this channel, and kind of revisiting the very first video I did on this channel as a whole. It's been a minute since I've uploaded, and I wanted to fix that. So that's exactly what I'm here to do. I'm here to fix the fact I have not uploaded in a good minute. So I think this would be my first real video for the year, and because of that, we've got a lot of catching up to do. So I'm doing something a little different here. I have my camera on, hello, and this isn't going to be exactly a very common occurrence, but for what I'm doing today is going to have to be the case. So while you're not going to see my face probably ever, I mean, heck, you see it all the time. I'm just a silly little finnick. But yeah, you will definitely be seeing a lot more of this, especially when it's talking about certain things that I want to show off. Growing up, and even now, I played a lot of video games, and again, I still play video games. They still bring me a lot of joy, but I have kind of been dwindling off, mainly because I just can't find anything to play, and I feel like at this point I've collected all the Infinity Stones. While I don't own every console, as I kind of wish I did, that would be kind of cool. I'm not somebody like Scott the Woz or anything like that. I'm not a collector of video game consoles. As a matter of fact, I just sold my PS2, which I will get more into later. In my first video, I mentioned a lot of what I played growing up, and that was basically the entire video. It was just what my favorite games from when I was a child, and that spanned from consoles from the PS3 here to stuff like the Xbox and even the PS4. Yes, two of these they're all shooter games. I'm sorry. The Xbox, funnily enough, I'll start with that. I never owned an Xbox. Like, okay, this I could have sworn was in its own case. I could have sworn that was in its own case. I don't even remember owning this. I've never owned my own Xbox. Growing up, it was mainly PlayStations. But yeah, I have Xbox games, and the reason I had an Xbox, or I have Xbox One games, is because my little brother at the time owned an Xbox, and he still does, but I no longer live with him. So yeah, I don't really get to play the Xbox anymore, and that's fine. This is for if I ever have an Xbox again, and that way I'll have something to actually play on there, because I do plan to get all of the, at least modern consoles, if I can at any point, at least Xbox One. We'll see. But yeah, if I ever get an Xbox, that's where I'll be. And I did own an Xbox 360 controller. That was about as close as I got to owning an Xbox. But yeah. Growing up, it was mainly these two. As I said, mainly PlayStation games. And funnily enough, the reason I say I got all the Infinity Stones is because growing up I still owned Nintendo, and I've still owned PlayStation. I owned an Xbox game, but never the Xbox, and we had to take it back because, you know, we can't play it. So it was mainly these. And despite this saying it, or I bought it at Walmart, I bought this at a GameStop. So, yeah, I've owned, and the funny part is, I've owned mobile games, and even this. Now, the reason that I say it like this is because this isn't even the game. This is a Steam code. It's used, so don't try to enter it. But it's even the Steam code of Sniper Ghost Warrior 3 that I got for $5, I think, at a Walmart. And yeah, I own at least the game and peripherals of all three. And to me, that's funny, because I have an Xbox controller, and excuse me, I hit my microphone, and I have my PS5 controller here, because I did own a PS5 at one point before it inevitably broke. But yeah, I was able to experience such significant parts of gaming history to even parts like this. Yeah, I for whatever reason, saved up to buy Sonic 06. It was $19 at a local game store called Game Exchange, and this disc is super, like, scratched up. This game is the worst Sonic game. It is super buggy. It's just... It's Sonic. It's Sonic 06 for the PS3. I don't know if it was on anything else, but yeah. Now, the main reason I made this video is because I've still even got my original copy of one of my favorite 3DS games, Tomodachi Life. Now, I don't have the cartridge in here, sadly. That is in storage, or it should be, but I've got the entire case. It still has the Nintendo Club thing and this weird little pamphlet that it's got everything in here. And recently, as we all know, Tomodachi Life Living the Dream was just announced. So, and it comes out next month on the, or exactly a month as of the time of recording this. It should be just now turning the 16th. So yeah. So that brings me back to what I said earlier about the PS2. Because I loved this game growing up. I got it on my 10th birthday, and that was 12 years ago. 12 years ago today, I turned 10 years old. And I got this on my birthday. I absolutely played the hell out of this game, and if I had my 3DS still, sadly that was lost at an older house. We left it behind because it was already extremely broken. Like, the entire top screen you could not see just because of the sheer amount of dead pixels. But yeah, I absolutely played the heck out of this game, and for good reason. It was a really silly, goofy game that I'm pretty sure any 10-year-old that was in love with Nintendo would have picked up. And I was at that love for Nintendo as I had had a Nintendo 64, absolutely loved The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, which is why I even had a 3DS to begin with, because I kept seeing the commercials for Ocarina of Time 3D. So I got my red 3DS. I'll show you a picture of the model I had on screen. It was just a red little 3DS I picked up because at that time my favorite color was red. And I picked up Ocarina of Time 3D and Lego Harry Potter years 5 through 7. I picked it up because it was a Lego game and I just loved Lego Star Wars at the time, but I didn't really play Lego Harry Potter that much. But as the years went on, I kept getting just DS games for my 3DS and just didn't really get to experience the full library, nor did I experience the eShop of the 3DS. But, yeah. And recently, after the announcement of Tomodachi Life Living the Dream, which would be Tomodachi Life 3, well, let me step on Christmas of 2015, I really wanted to get a Wii U for Super Mario Maker. And instead, I got a PS4. And while I am kind of grateful for that, because it was a PS4 is honestly what I kind of do, or what I'm glad I had, because it's allowed me to play a lot of the games I actually like, other than Mario Maker, and what would have then been Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's coming up on 10 years since that game came out. And yeah, if you haven't played it, I recommend it. Instead of that, I got a PS4. And for the longest time, I had only had a PS4. But, then 2017 rolls around. Actually, I think it was 2018. 2018 rolls around, and the Nintendo Switch is already out by that point, and I know more about it, and I wanted a Nintendo Switch. I don't really remember what games were out at that time. I don't remember what game made me want it, but that Christmas we went to a Walmart and we saw it was, I think at the time, $300-400, and that made my dad say nah. So stuck with the PS4, and until fairly recently I had a PS2, and I sold it for $120, and I think it was more than it was actually worth. It was a silver PS2 Slim, but I got it, and I was trying to save up $200 to be able to pre-order Tomodachi Life Living the Dream and get a Nintendo Switch. I was trying to get one with the removable Joy-Cons and just the OG Switch, because I didn't need a Switch OLED or anything. But yeah, I finally sold that PS2, I think within 2 days, actually, surprisingly enough. And then I started looking around on Facebook Marketplace, and your girl owns a Switch. I have been super thrilled with it. I've already downloaded and purchased a couple of games. I got the free trial of Switch Online for right now, but it's super good, you know, and it's, even though I'm experiencing it nearly a decade late, it's still a really good console. And I mean, I was never going to dock it to my monitor, because, I mean, I only have this one monitor. I don't have a TV or anything, because my monitor is a TV, as you can see. But yeah, I only had that, and that's it. So I'm fine with a Switch Lite. My only worries is that the Joy-Cons would have stick drift, and it actually had little to nothing wrong with it. I mean, the L button here sticks a little bit, and it was dirty. It's got a little bit of cosmetic damage. Like there's a scratch. There's some scratches here and there. But it's perfectly fine. It works amazingly. It's a Switch. It's a little uncomfortable to wield, but that's something I'm gonna have to get used to. Whereas I'm used to holding a controller like this, you know, I got my sticks and my thumbs, L2 and R2, L1, R1, you know, stuff like that. Whereas this, I basically hold it like this. I have to hold it with my pointer fingers on the triggers and the bumpers, which is not how I'm normally used to, and also the stick being directly under instead of to the side kind of throws me off. But after a while, I get a little used to it. But now that I have a Switch that I purchased for $100, there was just one problem. I only have $20 left, and Tomodachi Life costs $60. Plus, you know, tax and everything. And because it's a Switch, and because it's you know, Tomodachi Life, you know, my favorite game as a child, that still brought me so much joy in the future. Sorry, my monitor. That still brought me so much joy whenever I played it again as an adult, you know, 10, 11 years later. I wanted to have the physical release, so it includes the shipping and, you know, tax, which I don't think was even that much. But yeah, it was like $64, and $64 is still a lot, but that's how much games were priced at when I was a kid. Whereas now they're, you know, $70, $80. I still remember going to GameStop after, like, getting my hair cut a couple times, and we'd look at pre-owned games, which is how I got a lot of my DS games, how I got Little Big Planet 3, I remember that. Just a lot of my favorite games. And, yeah, now that I just own a Switch, it's just, I feel like all the third-party games is what I'm gonna buy. It's, like, gonna be digital. And all the actual, like, official Nintendo games, like Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart, all that stuff, I'm gonna try to get physical if I can. I don't know how it's gonna work, but that's just something we're gonna have to come to in the future. I just love the need for me to purchase Dachi Life, the Living the Dream, because I have the original for 3DS, but I don't have a 3DS anymore. I have just the case right now, and my game is in storage, so I had to buy Tomodachi Life. So I opened commissions, and I mean, my commissions were never closed, but I basically started doing emergency commissions because I wanted to get it before April 16th. And luckily, I had an amazing friend who commissioned me just out of the goodness of their heart. They're a really close friend of mine, and they make amazing art themselves. So the fact that they even, you know, purchase art from me, it meant a lot. So I was as quick as possible to draw something for them. And, well, it's not the best. My art's not the best. It's still... I'm just super happy I was able to basically preserve my childhood. And we'll see how that all goes. I don't know how if I can, but I will try to record my journey. And just a lot of this would not have been possible without that friend. And I'm just super glad that I'm gonna be reliving my childhood, basically. It feels like my 10th birthday all over again, because it was the same with my 10th birthday. I saw this when I was 9, and I knew I want this game. I wanted this little stupid fucking... I don't even know if you call it the Sim or a Sims-like, what you call it, but this just silly little game, and just this silly little game where it has goofy ass scenarios, and because it's, you know, because it's a Switch game, now you can have, and now it has this internet capability that, well, it's not, or from what I hear, it's not going to have any internet access, but it will have the ability to update so the developers can add more situations and scenarios, and you can customize the island, and you can just do all this amazing stuff, and you don't have to really rely on just casual loops and everything. You don't have to rely on just them mingling on some random number guesser. You can drag them, you can do all this cool stuff from what I've seen in the reveal, that it got me hyped for Tomodachi Life. And while I never really thought I need a Switch, I want a Switch before, because, you know, I have a PC. Well, it's shitty. It is probably one of the worst gaming PCs you could ever get in this day and age. I had a PC I could play games on. I mean, I can play fucking... I could play this on here. Well, maybe at 20 FPS, I could. There's a lot of games that I could play on here. I mean, hell, if I wanted to get abducted by some Italian man, I could just emulate this and record it, but it's just, it doesn't feel the same as just holding a actual console and doing this. And, you know, and the Switch, I could emulate a Switch, you know, before they shut that down, but I doubt I could actually emulate it due to my hardware. I could just do that and hope that nobody would find out, but at the same time, it's just not the same. It's not the same to be holding an Xbox controller and to be playing fucking Tomodachi Life or Mario Kart 8, just any of the games. And even if the Wii U, or not the Wii U, the Nintendo Switch Pro controller is nothing but an Xbox controller, like if it's just this, it's still playing on an actual Switch. You're not gonna see an Xbox controller logo, and yeah, it's not the same, in my opinion. There's something about emulating it and just actually playing it that just kind of feels different. It's like emulating, there's more that could go wrong. Now that I'm getting Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream, it's just everything in that direct. Just, it had me so hyped. It had me so much more prepared, so much more happy and wanting, just like, it made me want a Switch again. Like, it made me feel like, hey, this is definitely something you want to save up for. And while originally stuff I would save up for would be like this, you know, this little guy. I can't fit it all in camera. But yeah, I'd mainly save up for like Nerf or airsoft guns and just other stuff I'd like. Games for my PC. And I would be playing games on my PC so much that I would just be like, this is fun. And I was hoping I could upgrade this month to a new PC, but just a bunch of shit happened, you know, as it tends to happen. And so I just am stuck with that thing. So I can't play games that I wanted to play, like Skate. Skate is a game I was playing on PS5, on my brother's PS5, but can't really do that anymore. Don't exactly have access to it anymore. So I can't play Skate anymore, despite how much I was enjoying it. And I was hoping I could play it now, but, you know, again, due to certain circumstances, it's not really the case. But, again, I have games I could play. I've been getting really back into Minecraft, especially since I found out optimization mods really do work, which is really fucking cool, that I'm able to finally get 60 FPS in my forever world, where I've just been building a bunch of shit. And yeah, now I've been able to actually do that. It's just been a real thrill for me. I've been able to actually feel a little bit of enjoyment, and now that I have that Switch, I've been playing NES games a lot. I've been playing, for some reason, tennis and Mario have been giving me a lot of enjoyment, and I don't know why, but and whenever I get this, we'll be lucky to see me even playing on the PC again for a while. Yeah. But, actually being able to get this kind of game and just get this kind of enjoyment just from seeing a trailer, just like when I was a kid. Just seeing this kind of, just feeling these kind of feelings towards a video game that is basically a sequel to what I played as a kid, with so much more added. Like in Tomodachi Life on the 3DS, like, I get it, there was hardware limitations, which is why you couldn't do most of this shit, due to it being a 3DS, and there's only so much you could put on a game card. But they didn't have gay marriage, and at that time there wasn't a whole lot really known about non-binary people, because this was 2013? Yeah, 2013 to 2014. This was a very old game, and due to hardware limitations and just social norms at the time, you couldn't really be non-binary, you couldn't really be gay, just all that stuff. And like, I'm not saying it was unheard of, I'm just saying it was more of a, it wasn't really known about, it wasn't really a studied topic or even that socially accepted yet, as social acceptance has only been getting bigger and bigger, and also just kind of in recent times, just, it's kind of like a heart, it's been just, and it's just all this stuff, just a lot of changes has happened from 2014 to 2026, and it's weird to even think that it's 2026, and it's absolutely crazy that we basically waited 12 years for this game to come out, to get a sequel, I mean, and this is something that would make child me go ballistic. I mean, we're talking, there's so much more there's to do, to see, and to just, and I still haven't even experienced everything in this game. There is so much I have yet to see in this game. And I just can't wait to just see how Tomodachi Life, living the dream. I keep wanting to call it Tomodachi Life 2, which it's not. There was Tomodachi Collection that was only released in Japan, and it being a Japanese exclusive game, us in America never really got to experience it, and the reason that was because of something with their voice boxes or something, just not being able to pronounce the American A-E-I-O-U correctly. I think it was just they couldn't exactly pronounce American words correctly, or English words correctly rather. I don't know why I'm saying American, but yeah, it was never ported to American or any other console or country's consoles for that fact. Kind of rotate it this way, but yeah, it was a bummer, but it is kind of funny to think that Tomodachi Life 1 was basically on the DS, and then this one was released in America on the 3DS. And now that we're getting a second entry in the full rounder releases, besides Miitopia, people count Miitopia as a Tomodachi Life game, and while I can kind of see it, it doesn't feel right. If anything, it'd be a Tomodachi Life spinoff instead of an actual entry. But like I think it was made by the same team. I'm not sure though. Don't take my word on that. I know it was made by Nintendo, and that was it. And a lot of the people from the Tomodachi Life team fixed the issue of there being no gay relationships in Tomodachi Life on the 3DS. And so in Miitopia, one second, I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. In Miitopia, there was this whole makeup feature, and there was the gay relationships, and there was a lot. There was a lot of cool concepts that they added there, but at the end of the day, it's not really a Tomodachi Life entry. The only similarities is it had food in the Miis and just some weird interactions. But it was a turn-based RPG, kind of like the turn-based RPG in Tomodachi Life, which was, I think it was MiQuest, I think it was called. It's been a while since I played the game. But, yeah, it was MiQuest, or it was some kind of MiQuest game. And it was so fun to play maybe 3 times. And whenever I played Tomodachi Life again as an adult, I saw myself kind of just glossing over it, never really seeing it, because, I mean, as a kid, I didn't really understand the event schedule. I don't even think I could see them because of my top screen being like it was, so I just never really played it. But, yeah, I've never been a big fan of turn-based RPGs. I think the only real turn-based RPG I played was Undertale. That was the only one I've really liked growing up, and I was never a fan of like Final Fantasy or anything like that. I can respect that people are into those kind of games. They're not for me. I'm more into games where I'm actually controlling the action and putting the inputs in. Like, if I want to block, I don't want it to be some kind of chance thing. I want to press whatever the fucking block button would be. I want to be the one who swings, not the one who tells to swing. And, you know, yeah. So, that's why I just never really played the turn-based one. Miitopia I didn't even know existed, because, again, I don't even think I had a 3DS at the time anymore. And, from what I know, they released Miitopia on the Switch, which I'm willing to give it a try. I'm willing to try it. But if I could find some way to play the Switch on recording for you guys, I absolutely would. 100%. Because I don't think it would be an enjoyable experience for me to do it like this. I don't think you guys would enjoy that at all. But, if it comes down... Excuse me. Right. If it comes down to it, I will. But, I more than likely won't. But if I do that, it's going to remind me of when I was doing YouTube as a kid. When I was a kid, I would record gameplay of my PS4 instead of using the shared play thing. It was also PS3, by the way. My TV would be right here. Say this was my bed. I would be over here. And I would have my tablet at the time placed right where my middle finger is, and would be recording the TV, and yeah, I would just record me playing games. I would just do very, very stupid shit. And then PS4 came around and I was able to actually full on record my gameplay. And even with SharePlay was, or not SharePlay, Share Factory was even able to edit it. I think I edited 2 videos the entire time I did anything on there. But I did upload them. I uploaded my videos to YouTube and expected hundreds of subscribers, because I constantly can imagine my gameplay videos whenever I'm just playing normal games by myself. But whenever it comes down to recording gameplay, I can't think of a damn word. And I don't know if that's even fun for people. But yeah, I just mainly would record gameplay. I would live stream a couple times. I downloaded Text Now and set up a call-in number like it was some kind of radio show, where I would try to hopefully get somebody to join my live stream and call in, because I was just that kind of lonely, I guess. But I would sit there and nobody would join. I think I got 2 people in any of my streams, and that was it. And yeah. And I expected to blow up like I was Markiplier and make millions of dollars, and I think on the gaming account I had, I made maybe 10 subscribers. The first account I had, which was my normal account, that I had then changed into a vlog account because vlogging was popular, I would upload there, and I had 47 or so. I had around 40 people following, which was a lot to me, but it was never breaking 100, and I thought it would. Cut to me now, I have about 80, which is a lot more. I don't know where the fuck you people came from, but welcome. I'm glad to have you. Sorry I don't upload so much. I'm gonna try to upload more. I have this VTuber model that I've not used except for that one video where it just did not track properly and was just so delayed. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do everything I can. And with that being said, I'll see you guys when I get Tomodachi live, living the dream. And I'll probably do an unboxing video because I can. And yeah. Look, I'm awkward at ending these things. I'm awkward at recording these things, and I've been talking for coming on 50 minutes. You probably didn't even make it this far. And the video is probably not even going to be 50 minutes. Hell, if we're lucky, it might be 20. There might be some things I cut out because I've been yapping a lot this video, which is something I don't normally do. That is weird for me to do. Usually, I say not a lot of stuff. I will be lucky to just say, huh, guess that was pretty shitty, huh? But I want to fix that, and I'm trying to improve, and I'm going to do more, like, art videos. I'm going to actually try to do some story times, and something I want to do is I want to do some comic dubs on this channel. I might be doing them in shorts, but I'll, after a while, I'll upload a compilation of those shorts all in the same place. And I want to try to do more animations and everything like that. And I can't really animate. I'm not an animator, but I'm sure I could figure something out. And again, I want to do some comic dubs. I want to actually voice act for a little bit, because I have been applying voice actress, but I haven't really gotten a gig. Maybe this would help if I can somehow manage to keep doing videos like this where I talk about all these games that I grew up with. And I might even redo a couple of my videos. Like the videos, or the first video I did, I might even redo that and actually make it a YipYap, because that's like a predecessor to YipYaps. Like, I'll actually be able to give better details and show my actual thoughts instead of just scripting it out, because this video isn't scripted, which is somehow how I've managed to yap for nearing an hour. And those script videos usually go on maybe 15 minutes. I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying too hard. But we're going to see how it goes. So thank you all so much for watching. If you've enjoyed and liked the hand cam, you know, seeing my little paws, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below what you want me to talk about next, and I'll see you all in the next YipYap video. Whatever I release next, it will hopefully be sometime this month, because I want to upload more than once a month. I want to upload more than once a fucking blue moon. But we'll see. We will see. Yeah. Love you all, and bye-bye.